Hello, Scorpio. How are you guys? Welcome back to another episode of Solari Tarot. It's Greg here. I am here to do your March readings for 2020. We are still in the middle of a retrograde, you guys. So I know as we're kind of starting this, I'm probably going to put these videos up a little bit earlier because I know we kind of might need these messages. But we are only going to be in the actual retrograde here in March until the 10th. And of course we'll have a little bit of a shadow period, but mostly that should let up for us around then. And it doesn't mean that the retrograde is going to be some awful thing. It may not be. So we're going to look into that for you here today. Folks, if you're new to the channel, please make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. This is a general reading. It will not work for everyone. It's going to resonate with exactly who it's supposed to resonate with. If you need a reading, I am doing the Solari Tarot traditional classic reading. The $25 reading. I'm super nervous about it because usually when I do it, you guys like book me up. So, since it's spring, and I always do it at spring, like when we start the channel, I'm going to be doing personal readings for $25. If you want any information on that, all the information to contact me is in the description box below. And I'm taking enough to have them sent out usually no longer than 3 to 4 days. So pretty quick turnaround because I know you guys want that retrograde energy like now. So anyway, let's get right into the energy, Scorpio. I'm feeling it for you here in March. I'm feeling a really heavy one. So let's just see, not bad heavy, just a lot of energy. So let's see what's going on for you, Scorps. What's our message for Scorpio for March 2020? March 2020. March 2020, what's our message? We're going to pull from an oracle card and we will pull from the tarot as well. Scorpio, March 2020, what's the message? Scorpio, March 2020, what's the message, guys? Alright. Scorpio, you have the assessing card that's coming out here. And to be honest, not really too surprised to see this here. Scorpios are constant assessors in some way, and also, this is a retrograde. This is exactly what we are meant to be doing in a retrograde period, is assessing where we are right now, where it is that we are intending on going in our life, right? What plans we have that we need to, complete in the future, whether those be financial or if they are connections or relationships. I actually just did a little assessing ritual for myself a couple of days ago, and I cleared my mind and I just said, okay, Greg, what do you want? A lover, right? Or, a more secure sense of financial stability, whatever it is that you're wanting. What are the steps to really getting there? And I think in the month of March, we are assessing what's good for us, what's not good for us, what's getting us closer to the path, what's getting us farther away from it, right? We're starting to kind of look at where we need to go to get to where we want to be. And this is the best thing you could be doing right now, Scorpio. So I'm loving to see it. We're assessing, we're thinking, we're planning, we're looking at our future. I'm loving it. Let's go ahead and pull some tarot cards as well. Spirit, what is the message for Scorpio? March 2020 for Scorpio energy. What messages does Scorpio need to hear? March 2020. Okay. So we have the King of Cups coming out here, followed by the Moon card. What other messages do we have for Scorpio? What other messages do we have for Scorpio? What's our message for Scorpio here, March 2020? March 2020. We have the Ten of Swords. We have the Sun. Yeah, this is such a Scorpio reading already. We have the Queen of Cups, sitting right underneath of the King here. We have the Ten of Cups. Of course. This is so Scorpio-like. This is also kind of like a Gemini-like reading. We have the Star card. We have an Aquarius energy coming out here. And we have the Judgment card. We have the Judgment card. On the bottom of the deck, for now, we have the Seven of Wands. Very interesting. You know, Scorpio, I have to say that this is a very, like, dualistic kind of energy in terms of you kind of have two tens here, right? But one is awful, and one is, you know, destruction and chaos, and the other one is happy ever after and total love and security and comfort. So automatically in the reading for you in March here during retrograde, we see literally your assessment, right? I'm sure you're following this here. We have an integral card that shifts us into the awareness that the tens are showing where the two options of where it is that you could go, Scorpio. And then we have a card that came out last and it trines us kind of in the middle, right? It's the Judgment card. So what's interesting about this, especially coupled with this really cool assessing card that we pulled from the Lunar Oracle, we see that the universe is opening you up a possibility to walk a certain direction. So now we're assessing the path, because we can walk in two ways. Right? We can walk down two separate paths. And then, you know, look, here on the bottom of the deck with the Seven of Wands here, we see a need for Scorpio to be in the assessment mode and to be in the balanced mind frame, right? We see a Scorpio that needs to defend themselves here. Because they're going to either head down a road of total destruction or they're going to head down a road of total bliss. And that's always life, like, right? We get that, like, we're going to walk paths in our life that are going to lead us certain places. But what is really interesting to me is that you have the King and the Queen of Cups here. And that's very interesting for me. Because that could certainly be referencing a couple, two people, romantically, of course, a king and a queen, perhaps a married couple that is kind of at a make and break of whether they're going to heal and move forward into their Ten of Cups, or they're going to break down as to what's hidden, try to be super defensive, and move into their Ten of Swords, and then have to separate from one another. But we could also be talking about the masculine and the feminine, just in terms of energy as well, and the balance therein of Scorpio. And we do know that during retrograde time, the balancing of the masculine and feminine can be really off whack, and it can lead us into wrong conclusions about ourselves, about other people. Miscommunications can happen. We're not really in that medium temperance energy balance, right? So Judgment comes in a little bit more apologetically than the Tower, and opens up the sky for us to receive something. Now, I want to show you the relativity and the duality of how this kind of blows my mind for your reading for March. It kind of freaks me out, to be honest. Because not only do we have the dualism of the masculine feminine and the King and the Queen of Cups, which is the masculine and feminine of your emotional capacity, Scorpio, we also have the other most interesting dualistic thing here, as well as the tens being so dualistic in their separation. We have the sun and we have the moon. This is really interesting. This is light and dark, yin and yang. Ten of Swords, Ten of Cups. And I don't know whatever it is that you're going through this month, Scorpio, but whatever it is in the retrograde, you may be a little bit indecisive as to, you know, which part of the path you're walking down. You have the sun, the moon, and the stars. It's kind of freaky, to be honest. You know what I mean? Like, it's very symbolically opposite. We only have 8 cards besides the Oracle sitting on the block here. Each of them in some way referencing a mirror of some sort. Now, I almost want to say it, but I don't want to say it because I don't want to give any false impressions. But for those of you that are applying this to a romantic kind of energy, which it certainly could be applied as here, there's every indication that it could be, right? There is a karmic kind of energy here, and you know, I know you guys are really into this like twin flame business, you know, and hey, who am I to say anything different? I just don't like to really spit those words out here too much. But there's a lot of mirroring and there's a lot of symbolism in this reading, and it goes deeper than just, you know, your typical March general reading. This is very deep. Sorry, you guys, that's ad inception. An ad within a video, within a phone. Crazy. So I think we should go ahead and clarify some of this. Just so we know what's going on. All right, for Scorpio, tell me about the King of Cups. Why is the King of Cups sitting here for Scorpio March 2020? What's up with that? King of Cups. Okay. So we have the Ace of Cups and we have the Sun. This is a very intense energy, you guys. And I gotta be honest, I am getting a little bit of a romantic vibe here. This Ace of Cups is very emotionally fulfilling. It's a very falling in love kind of energy with the Sun. Could be a Leo that you have in your chart right now. We do have the Sun twice. But I really want to talk a lot about that Sun card that's coming out here now 2 times. Because, you know, we have our Ace of Cups, which we're going to kind of comment on in a minute. But I'm strongly receiving a vibe here that some of us are dealing with something that we don't realize that's going to work out. And I think that we've been in assessment mode of like, is this going to work out? Is this going to help me? Is this going to show its face? And you can apply this to however in your life you want, because the energy is so general here and overarching. I think that this is a very just take it as it resonates kind of reading, right? Because it's so big in terms of what it could be talking about. And I could go down tons of scenarios here, and to be quite honest with you, if we're going down the romantic scenario, there definitely is somebody here who is very, very in love with someone. It's like meant to be. It's like the deepest happiness they have ever felt in their life. But before we start doing that, I kind of want to just get more cards, right? Because I just need a little bit more. Tell me about the Moon card for Scorpio here. What's up with the Moon card for Scorp? March 2020 Moon card. Why is the Moon card here for Scorpio? Okay. There's an offer here in waiting for you, Scorpio. We have the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse with the Seven of Swords in the reverse clarifying the Moon. There is a hidden offer, a hidden opportunity that somebody or wants to bring forth here to you, Scorpio. But there's something that's not all adding up on their end, or there's something that's not totally getting expressed on their end. And to have the Seven of Swords in the reverse with the Moon could certainly be sneaky energy, right? This could be somebody who wants to make an offer, but they're not really telling you the full story. They're not really telling you the whole total truth. And to be honest with you, I think that you're kind of getting that, because here you have Scorpio assessing this month, right? And looking critically. And we have a really intuitive Scorpio, I want to say, with that Queen of Cups coming out here, that Sun energy. Scorpio's really looking towards the sun, and they're really, all of the facets of their life is shining, right? Scorpio's about to be going through a shining moment as the retrograde ends. The Sun card is coming out, and they're going to be radiating their energy around them. It's going to be really great. It's going to bring in multiple offers for you here mid-year, but specifically to them, somebody's a moon to you, Scorpio. Somebody is orbiting around you. There's something or someone or some situation orbiting around you, and I think you're quite clear of it because I want to show you this. Is this not the weirdest shit you guys have ever seen? Holy shit. Look at this. In the assessing card, the first card came out. It shows a woman here, and what is she looking at? She's looking at the moon, but it's not totally full, right? It's not totally illuminated. And you have that 7, this is so intense. You are the sun here, Scorpio. It's coming out twice for you. It's trying to reiterate that there are things orbiting around you, but there is a dark side to this moon. And I think you know that. There's something you don't know, or there's something that, or there's a knowledge you don't have, or there's a piece or a puzzle piece that you haven't yet figured out. But you know it. Your assessment here in the month of March, particularly as we move into the heavy-hitting energy of the retrograde, which, to be honest with you guys, honestly, fairly, that energy will be the most intense parts of the retrograde are really going to be in February anyway, but this last 10 days in March could be, you know, making you trip up a little bit here, I'm not going to lie. But here you are, right, assessing where you're going. I'm loving this reading, man. There's something orbiting around you that wants to offer this Ace of Pentacles, but it's in the reverse because there's something not adding up on their end, or there's something not, it could be a lack of confidence on their end to say something to you, but there's definitely you assessing. Seems like you intuitively already know something. Tell me about the 10 of Swords here for Scorpio. The 9 of Cups, right? So, wow, what a dualistic energy. We see the 10 of Swords representing destruction and despair, clarified by this 9 of Cups, your deepest desire. I think what you are assessing here in the month of March, Scorpio, is whether your deepest desire is going to lead to your deepest destruction. And I think you're trying to assess to make sure that you don't head in that direction, right? You don't become this person that, we don't have a 6 of Cups here, but we could assume, we know Scorpios were having a hard time last year. I'm a Scorpio, I was having a hard time last year, faux show. Tell me about the Sun card. Okay, yeah. Oh my God, shut up, shut up, shut up. I just said it. I just said the 6 of Cups and it just literally came out. Holy shit. My mind is blown right now. We have the Wheel of the Year, which is the Wheel of Fortune in the Witch's Tarot, and the 6 of Cups in reverse. Let me tell you something. Do you see this cyclical orbital energy? Something from your past. And remember, your reading in January, or in February, was the same thing. The past returns. There's something orbiting around you right now, Scorpio. Something divine and destined to you. This could certainly be a person for some of you, I'm not gonna lie. But that 6 of Cups shows it, right? Reversing and then going upright, and then reversing and then going upright. It's been a cycle in your life. It's some sort of thing that's returning. But it's on the Sun card. It's being illuminated. You're good. You're good. It's being illuminated here. You can literally sit right there. I'm almost done. It's literally being illuminated here. It's very intense. Let's look at the Queen of Cups. Tell me about the Queen of Cups. If y'all don't quit making me pay for these ads. Don't y'all be acting like when you have to watch my ads, I don't know how you feel. Because I watch YouTube too, bitches. Tell me about the Queen of Cups here for Scorpio. Okay. Cards a-flying. Yeah, wow, we have the Emperor and the 3 of Cups. Straight up, some of you guys are running into somebody, and I think I said this to you last freaking month. We know that retrograde energy has the ability to bring things from our past back through in the cycle to test us and see if we've learned something. But let me just say, I'm seeing for a woman, there's a man that she's been drinking with, or there's a man that she's run into and had a few drinks with from her past. He always comes back around at some point in time in her life. He always drifts to the back burner and then orbits once again. He's like a moon, right? He is the moon. He comes in like the moon, and when he's full, he's in this emperor mode with her. He's like right there around her, right there with her, messing with her emotions. And he has led her down so many dirty paths. He's done her so dirty. He's ghosted her. He's left her out in the cold. And then he'll come back and she'll just let him right back in. And now she's assessing if the universe, what is it trying to teach her? And I want to say the last card coming out here being the Judgment card is really no joke to me, because it's showing that the universe is opening up a door and you're going to walk through it, but then there's going to be a fork in the road, and which direction you take is really going to matter, because you're either headed to your 10 of Swords or your 10 of Cups. And sometimes the things that you desire, Scorpio, have led you down paths that destroyed you. And so the universe is saying, I'm bringing some shit back into your experience, Scorpio. This is a man or a woman or a person or a job or a family member or something that's penultimate in like top tier for you. You have a lot of respect for this person, even if you maybe shouldn't. You really love them. You really look up to them as a mentor for some of you, as a father figure for some of you. But they've been doing you dirty. Doesn't mean it's a man. Tell me about the 10 of Cups. Tell me about the 10 of Cups. Tell me about the 10 of Cups, y'all. The Scorpio energy. Uh-oh. Look at this. Would y'all come take a look at this? 4 of Swords, 10 of Swords. Do you see the duality that's coming out in your reading here, Scorpio? That 10 of Swords we've been talking about being opposite of that 10 of Cups, and now it coming out again to clarify the 10 of Cups. And then a 4 of Swords, which literally means what, Scorpio? Assessing. Assessing. Listen to me. For a lot of you guys, some toxic person is making a surprise appearance in your life again. And you at one time believed, Scorpio, this is just for some of you, that this person was your 10 of Cups person. This was your happy person. You were the sun, they were the moon. You were always there in the sky. You were always full, you were always shining. But they orbited around you. But they never were, you know, they weren't full all the time. They were halfway here sometimes. But it was like that was their natural rhythm. That's what they're used to. Right? And look, there is no other way to explain these cards to you, Scorpio, than to tell you that what you are doing right now needs strong assessment. Because we have the Sun card here twice. There's definitely a happy ending with the 10 of Cups here in store for you, Scorp. But it's going to depend on this, the meditation that you are doing, the work that you're doing on yourself, the being checked in to where you are. This is important stuff. It's important business. Be checked into where you are this month. Tell me about the Star card. The Queen of Swords. Make good decisions leading you on the path to where you want to go. I don't want to pull any more cards. Scorpios, you need to be taking care of yourself this month. Straight up. You guys need to be nurturing yourself this month. You need to be followed on the path. There is something really beautiful in store for you. There's this radiant shining of you being the sun when the retrograde lets up. But don't forget about that moon there and that cycle that you participate in, and look at the natural rhythm of it and see where you're going wrong with someone, something, some situation, some emotion. Whatever this is for you, you need to be assessing this month, okay? Now, I will see you guys soon for your love reads. I love you so much. If you're new to the channel, please make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget about the $25 special. If you're resonating with this video and you want a $25 reading, hit me up. Information's in the description box below. I'm excited to be doing them again. I want to do personal readings because I want to be with you guys one-on-one. You know that I do them Skype as well. If you like, we can do your reading totally real time. And to be honest, you get more out of your money that way because I don't like to leave. I like to talk to you forever. So, let me know. I love you guys so much. For those of you that are asking, as of right now, I have no plans to go back out on the ocean anytime soon, but jobs could come pretty quickly. So I don't know when they're coming, but this channel is going to be just fine. And in the future, if I have to take you around the world and travel with me while we do our readings, I guess we're just going to have to do that, right? I love you guys. I will see you soon. Mwah. Take care.